The last entry. It started with a flickering light on the platform. I was waiting for the 8:47 to downtown when the maintenance alert blinked red, then vanished. I've always been curious about those things. Maybe it's because I used to work in tech support before the layoffs. So there I was, standing alone under the neon glare, staring at a digital sign that read, "Maintenance alert, proceed with caution." The rain had picked up, drumming against the glass canopy above. The platform was empty except for me and the flickering light. My train wasn't due for another 15 minutes. I checked my phone, no signal. I walked toward the maintenance hatch at the far end of the platform. It was a rusted door with a faded "Do Not Enter" sign. The kind that always makes you want to push it open just to see what's on the other side. Inside, the air was thick with dust and the smell of old circuitry. I flicked on my phone flashlight and scanned the room. It looked like an abandoned server closet from 2013, cables snaking across the floor, a single monitor glowing faintly in the corner. I approached it slowly. The screen blinked, then displayed a log file with timestamps going back years. My name was at the bottom of the list. Not as a passenger, but as an entry in the maintenance logs. My pulse quickened. I scrolled up through the entries, names of engineers, technicians, all people who had accessed this place before me. The last entry was dated yesterday. And it was my own name. A cold sweat broke out on my forehead. How could that be? I hadn't been here in years. My phone buzzed with a notification dash, signal restored. I backed away from the monitor, heart pounding. The flashlight trembled in my hand as I turned toward the door. That's when I saw it, a maintenance ladder leading downward from the corner of the room. It didn't look like it belonged there. The kind of thing you'd find in a subway tunnel, not inside a server closet. I hesitated for a moment, then reached for the ladder. The descent was steep and narrow. My flashlight beam danced across the walls, revealing faded graffiti and more cables running into the darkness. The air grew colder as I went deeper. At the bottom, there was another door, this one marked control room. A security panel sat beside it with a keypad and a camera. I looked at my phone again, my name flashing on the screen once more. The camera blinked red, then green. The keypad lit up with numbers that matched the date on the maintenance log. I punched them in slowly, my breath shallow. The door hissed open. Inside was a control room straight out of a sci-fi movie, holographic displays, touchscreens showing real-time data from every train on the system. And at the center of it all, a terminal with my face staring back at me from a security feed. I leaned in closer. The timestamp read, yesterday 8:11 p.m. My own eyes stared back, white with fear as I stood there, frozen in time. A cold dread settled over me. This wasn't just a maintenance log. It was a warning. The lights flickered suddenly, and the terminal screen changed to show a countdown, time until system failure, 0:15:00. I backed away from the console, heart racing. The platform above was still empty. No trains. Just me and this impossible reality unfolding before my eyes. The countdown continued, each second stretching into eternity as I tried to make sense of it all. Had I been here before? Was I in a loop? And what did it mean that my name kept appearing on the logs? I pulled out my phone again, desperate for answers. The signal was stable now. I called the transit authority, but no one picked up. Just static and the sound of distant trains. The countdown hit, 00:10 o'clock. I ran back through the tunnel, my flashlight beam cutting through the darkness as I climbed the ladder. The door slammed shut behind me with a resounding thud. Back on the platform, rain was still falling in sheets. My train wasn't coming. I checked my phone again, no signal now, just static and the sound of distant trains. I looked down at the maintenance log one final time. The last entry was mine. And I knew then that this wasn't a loop. It was a warning about something far worse than I had imagined. The countdown reached 1 o'clock. And then, with a deafening roar, the entire platform shook as if something beneath us had just awakened from a long sleep. The lights went dark, and the sound of distant trains grew louder, more frantic. In that moment of chaos, I understood, whatever was coming wasn't going to stop until it reached the surface. And I was the only one who could stop it. Comment your take.